Hey, how you doing?
Come on in.
Well, welcome to our new kitchen. We started this process about 2 years ago, and we went through research, online research, and interview process. And what we liked about Kitchen Views was their ability to listen. Everybody else was kind of selling us a package, but Diane Hersey at Kitchen Views in Berlin really did a good job of listening and trying to give us a solution for our requirements for a kitchen. And this is the result.
The living room is now nicely connected to the new kitchen. This used to be a wall. The wall came to about here where the post is, and there used to be a window here.
This used to be the dining room, like a 12 by 13 room.
With a sliding glass door where the window is now.
So the kitchen design basically pushed out, created a new living room and a new dining room. We had what, almost 50 people in here 2 weeks ago, and that's the first time we got to see the traffic pattern.
Yeah.
And people did not, this was not a cluttered area at all.
And this was not a bottleneck,
Yeah.
which we had anticipated it to be. One big value that Diane added to the whole design was this part of the countertop. And that was really inspired by the countertop that they have in the showroom. When you first walk into the showroom at Kitchen Views in Berlin, one of the most impressive sights is this beautiful island. And we thought, well, it would be great to have something similar, but maybe on a smaller scale. So we created a whole new space that was open where people can congregate and not just cook. So the kids, for instance, have done their homework there. John has sat at the countertop and worked at the computer, and it's also a nice conversation area.
Because of the design of the house, we wanted to integrate some metal, some color, with the wood and the wood floors, the wood trim and the wood floors. We chose MDF style cabinet because it was more contemporary looking and less millwork, and I really like these smooth, flat surfaces. And this reminded me of a diner countertop. When I was a little kid, I used to spend Saturday mornings eating in the diner before I had a music lesson. And this is what that counter looked like. So I was really surprised to find that. We wanted to differentiate between the island and the kitchen counter. So this would be considered like visually a separate space. In our old kitchen, it used to collide all the time. This was prep sink and wash sink. So now we have a real deep washing sink and we have a nice prep sink, and we don't get in each other's way. Because we spend a lot of time in the kitchen.
Yeah, we both like to cook and prepare, and in the olden days with just one sink, which was a lot smaller than this one, I used to, let's say, wash the dishes or wash the lettuce, and then John would always push me out of the way when he was trying to marinate the chicken.
We have no gas lines here, and so this is an all-electric house, so our only alternative was either put propane in or go for electric again. And then we looked at the energy efficiency of an induction cooktop, and it's the most efficient way to use energy. It boils water in about 90 seconds. It's amazing.
And then when you turn it off, it actually stops.
Yeah, it's very controlled cooking.
It has that same benefit as gas does.
And the burners stay very, very cool. They only stay warm. They don't get very hot because the energy. It's just these are all magnets, and they generate a magnetic field that excites the iron molecules in the load in a pan, and that creates the heat.
This is nice and wide, about 10 inches. And it fits, it's very deep too, so it fits big trays like this as well.
I think one of the concepts was, we knew we were dealing with a very limited space, so we tried to get as much into the island as possible, but not make this a huge island. Like one of the concepts of the small lower level was not necessarily to eat here all the time, but to spend a little time here because the dining room's so close. So we kept the island manageable, not large. Cooking utensils under here, spices right next to the cooktop. Great, these are pots too. This is a great place for pots. Roll out.
Cooking has become a lot easier though.
Yeah, it's a lot with the design, this layout. It's just the logistics are so much different. than what they used to be.
Before, well, in the old kitchen,
They're like
you
a galley.
couldn't open the refrigerator and open the oven door at the same time.
Right.
I think you have to have an overall idea of where you might be going and what you might like to do, but by the same token, it's important to keep your lines of communication open and be receptive to some new ideas and to some suggestions.
At the time when we were designing, we weren't aware of the color combinations you could have, the types of countertops. So I think the final implementation exceeded my expectations for the design.
The kitchen has become an integral part of the house, and as you can see, it is centrally located. We do actually cook a lot. We cook almost every day, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. So I think redesigning the kitchen is a great value add to a lot of aspects of our lifestyle. I'm John Molnar.
I'm Ingrid Molnar.
Diane Hersey was our Kitchen View designer. Thank you very much, Diane Hersey from Kitchen Views.
Thank you, Diane. We miss our Saturday morning get-togethers.